Welcome to Girl Talk. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're just having such a great time, as always, here at Monroe Furniture Center.
You know, it's a good show when you come in giggling.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah, it was real.
I know. And we've been kind of oogling over this living room set here. It's so comfy and cozy. What's it called? You actually used to work here, Melissa, at one point. What is this called?
This is a sectional with a chaise lounger attached.
I love it.
So
it's so cozy.
It's
I
really
want
comfortable.
this.
Yeah, you could curl up in the corner
Exactly.
and have any kind of snuggling area you want.
We walked in, it's almost overwhelming because we get to decide where to film. I mean, they're really deciding, but we're, kind of looking around, and there's a million choices. Yes. I might have exaggerated a little, but there's a lot of choices of where to film because there's so many great little vignettes. But Melissa isn't just former Monroe Furniture employee.
Yes.
We've got to do a shout out here.
Yeah, let's introduce her.
Yeah, she's actually with the Chamber of Commerce here, so you probably recognize her if you're a Monroe business owner. She is a busy lady, let me tell you. You guys have such a great chamber here, so involved. A great resource if you're somebody who lives in Monroe or maybe you're coming to visit Monroe and you want to know what's fun to do is your website.
Yes.
So I want to say hello to you. Thank you for being with us today
Thank
here
you.
in Monroe.
I appreciate you guys inviting me back.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about what you do at the Chamber.
Well, I'm the executive director.
Okay.
So right now we are kind of getting everything planned for the year and the year coming up. So it's everything from chief disher and bottle washer to event planner, thank you writer, website developer.
I love it.
There's a lot of slashes in your title.
There is. And, but one of the things that I do enjoy the most is actually kind of the tourism and hospitality aspect of it.
Yeah.
So we have people stopping in or calling and, they're visiting the city and they're looking for something to do, or on a professional end of that, they're looking to hire somebody, and that really is the most important thing. They want to know that who they're going to be doing business with is going to meet their needs, be very professional, and that is one of the things that we feel as the chamber, we help guide people to find a good professional for whatever need they have at that time.
That's so important.
Yeah.
They say you're only as good as your weakest link, right? So you got to have a team of great folks on staff.
Exactly.
We're going to be getting to know more and more about Monroe and some of the businesses here, as we're actually going to be filming here regularly, and Monroe Furniture Center has agreed to be our gracious host, host with the most. So we'll be here often and getting to know lots of great Monroe businesses. But there was something we were chatting with Melissa off camera about before we started, a way that you can buy dollars to spend at Monroe businesses. Tell us more about that.
Yep. For the consumer or just anybody who's looking for an option, one of the strongest elements that we have in our Chamber of Commerce is our Monroe money. Cool. We sell over $60,000 a year to community residents in Monroe money, and they are a certificate that you can take to any Monroe Chamber member, and you can use that and purchase any item you would like. Like a nice sectional,
an ottoman.
Yes. I love this storage ottoman, and I just love storage ottomans in general. So they're making fun of me. I do have 8 at home.
Yeah, a lot of storage ottomans.
How awesome, though. What a great tool. And I mean, we've all seen the studies about how, spending your money locally makes such an impact where you live and work. So what a cool way to make it really easy for people.
Exactly. 85% of money spent local stays local. So it gets turned over into the next into the next business, into the next business, into the next business. So it really does keep circulating back into the economy. And we can do them in any denomination. People purchase them as gifts for family members, but a huge thing that I am so proud of is many of our nonprofits that our chamber members will buy them for their volunteers.
Oh, nice.
And that's just they don't get paid, so this is a way that they can just say thank you. A lot of employers will use them as employee gifts for year end and Christmas and birthdays. But it's just really nice to know you can go to any chamber member store, and most businesses, if they can handle cash, will accept Monroe money, and it's just fantastic.
I've got a suggestion for you. Buy some Monroe money and get yourself a new mattress, because we're going to learn some interesting facts about mattresses here at Monroe Furniture Center later in the show. So we've got a jam-packed show.
I'm excited for it.
Me too. We'll be back with more Girl Talk after the break. Welcome back to Girl Talk. If you're just tuning in, we've been having a comfy time here at Monroe Furniture Center.
So great.
We've dug into this couch. I'm not sure we're going to leave, but you're going to leave in just a minute and check out this segment, because earlier Janet caught up with Village Smile Care, and if you have kids, this is an important topic. We're talking about pediatric dentistry. So Dr. Angela Cody is going to share some valuable information with us. Let's take a look.
Well, if you have little ones at home, you may be starting to think about when it's time for them to be brushing their teeth, or maybe even when they first have their first dental visit. Here to talk to us about dental care for our kids is Dr. Angela Cody from Village Smile Care in Mount Horeb. Thanks for letting me come back and talk to you about dental care.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
So, what age should we start thinking about dental care for our kids?
Actually, it starts before they're even born.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of hormones during pregnancy that can affect the baby. And so women tend to sometimes get more gum inflammation called gingivitis, bleeding, and red gums. And that can actually lead to premature birth and low birth weight babies. So it's really important to watch your oral health yourself during pregnancy. Also, the bacteria that cause cavities are passed down from mother to child. So if the mother has a healthier mouth, that will be passed along to the child as well. And the enamel is forming before the baby's even formed. So prenatal vitamins and proper diet are important.
That's all news to me. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Not at all what I was expecting for your answer. Yeah. So then when we finally do have this child,
Yes.
and we're ready, when is the first time they should come in to see you?
The American Dental Association actually recommends about 6 months after the first tooth erupts, which is around age 1, which seems really early to most people, but there's a lot of tips and tricks the dentist can give and education to the parents about caring for the teeth and diet and things to look out for.
I suppose, and if you can set those patterns early on, it just makes things so much easier down the road for probably everyone involved.
Definitely.
I think people might wonder though, do baby teeth even really matter? Because they're going to fall out anyway. What do you say to that?
Yeah, they're actually more important than you'd think. They hold the space for the adult teeth, so if a tooth is lost early due to a cavity or trauma, the jaw can kind of collapse a little and there's not space for the adult teeth. So it is really important to keep those teeth until they come out naturally. Also, the nerves inside the baby teeth are large and the teeth are small, so even a small cavity can grow rapidly, causing an infection or a toothache, which can cause the child to not be able to pay attention in school, lose sleep, not eat properly. So they are very important for development.
Yeah, a domino effect for sure.
Yes.
And maybe even develop the dislike of going to the dentist.
For sure.
What can be done then? What should we be doing to prevent cavities for our kids?
Obviously, most people are aware of proper hygiene, like you do for yourself, brushing twice a day, flossing. Also, there's been advancements with fluoride and sealants, which have really decreased dental decay. So fluoride is in the water naturally, but if you live in the country or drink bottled water, just checking your fluoride content and maybe getting a fluoride supplement that helps the strength of the enamel, as well as applying professional fluoride at dental visits. Sealants are something the dentist can do in the back teeth if there's deep pits and grooves, which is common, more so in the adult teeth, but that seals off and prevents those areas from decay, because those are little areas that the toothbrush can't reach and microscopic decay can get into.
And are those treatments also for baby teeth? And when do kids lose their baby teeth then?
Yeah, most kids start to lose their baby teeth around age 6. It can vary through age 12. And sealants, depending on the risk of the patient, can be for baby teeth or adult teeth.
Oh, okay, good. And what about a little bit down the road when we're talking about orthodontic care and having teeth straight? Is there more to it than just cosmetic?
Yeah, the health of the teeth, if they're not straight, they can be more difficult to clean, so that can cause gum disease as well as increased cavities. And also at a younger age, around age 7 is actually when you first want to start looking at if the teeth are crowded or not. If they are crowded at that age, it can actually affect the growth and development, and the jaw won't grow properly, which can cause joint issues down the road. So taking an early look is important. Some treatments are beneficial during the growth period, and basically if we can get that treatment early, we can help them grow better and avoid future extractions and things like that. So there is definitely a health component to the crowding of the teeth, and it's good to check that out early.
Boy, an ounce of prevention in so many different ways.
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you. That's been really interesting. Preventive care for your children and dental health. That's a wonderful topic. This is Dr. Angela Cody. She's at Village Smile Care in Mount Horeb, and we're Girl Talk. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are here today at Monroe Furniture Center in Monroe. And recently, Emily, you and Janet caught up with the ladies of Hot Pink University and talked a little bit about travel. It's such an influential part of a lot of people's lives and can really change you and help you grow as a person. And so we're going to take a look at that interview with Christy and Ann.
Hi, and welcome back to Girl Talk. We are having a lovely time here chatting with Miss Christy and Miss Ann. They are the co-creators of Hot Pink University, capital YOU, which is really important and really special because it focuses on the you that's in all of us and really kind of treasuring that part of you or me. Yeah. They also are the co-authors of Ignite Your Life. Great book. We're going to talk a little bit about the book and a lot of things that are really fun. I noticed very much that you talk about the theme of comfort zones and travel. So my attention was definitely captured on these themes. I want to hear a little bit more about that from your minds.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, Ann and I love to travel, even outside of Hot Pink University and the work that we do with women through that. But we like to travel also with men and women. And so in 2018, we're doing a Vietnam trip. With men and women, and I've been there before, and what travel does for me, and I think I'm speaking for Ann too, is it totally takes you out of your comfort zone and exposes you to people that you would never travel with ever in your life, and also the culture of where you are. And when you're out of your comfort zone, there's growth. You can't grow without discomfort. It's just not possible. And so travel is one of the ways that we really like to take groups of people to experience that.
I love it. I sure understand. I've gotten to travel a fair bit in my life. Would love to do more. I certainly love it. It makes you have such perspective on your own culture, your own self, and all the things you thought were normal, or the norm, if you will. So yeah, wonderful. Well, a little jealous, but good for you.
You can join us.
I will. Okay, let's go.
I loved how you touched on the culture part because especially you're going to Vietnam. That is a very different culture, and yet I think people eventually realize that we're actually very similar when it comes down to the nitty-gritty.
Absolutely.
I also love the idea of getting out of the comfort zone, and you're going to experience that whether you're going through the airport, whether you're actually in a different culture, whether you're with different people or not. So lots of opportunities for growth. When we were on commercial break, we were talking about something where it's a fun question to ask. When's the last time you did something for the first time? And this would definitely be a first time for some folks. So you have a trip coming up. It's in Vietnam and it's in December, so almost a year out. Talk to us about what this would be like for people. And it's not just women, it's men too are invited to this.
Yeah. So we've embarked on this new additional endeavor into lifeless travel. It was a term that Christy came up with that we just fell madly in love with.
Lifeless?
Lifeless, not bucket list, right? But do it while you're vibrant and living. And so just in follow-up, one of the most transformational pieces, and we're talking about pushing those edges, right, and comfort zones. One of the most transformational pieces that we experience and that we see unfold is traveling with a group of people, some of which you may know and have traveled with many times, some of which you may never have met before. We really, really pride ourselves on full immersion and creating this container and cocoon, and we loosely facilitate. I mean, we're certainly not working 24 hours a day. But what really unfolds is this beautiful community we refer to as our travel or our adventure tribe in each of the trips we take. And the way pushing those comfort zones shapes the way you interact with other people, and the building of that sort of collective consciousness and the transformation that comes from being around the world and experiencing those things together and holding space for one another. And
You bring up such a good point about getting out of, when you're in your comfort zone, you're surrounded by everything that's familiar, and you don't grow. The only way you really grow is when you get uncomfortable. And that's what you're all about here.
Yeah, we like to say if you don't feel some level of anxious, it's probably not a big enough reach.
That's right. Jump even further outside of that zone because you're still too comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you learn from being uncomfortable, and you learn from the people who are uncomfortable around you, and then when you succeed at tackling the adventure, you really end up feeling bonded. I know I got to spend some time in college in Italy, and the folks that I went with, I mean, we were such bonded ladies because of it. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
How do you work with, women in travel? We're running out of time quickly, but if you want to speak to it real quickly.
Yeah, I think what we mainly do is we create the safe container of a tribe that you're traveling with, something that's so unfamiliar, so foreign, that we just create that safe container. And we have some play shops we weave in there and entertain people on the buses and things like that.
Fun. So it's a little bit guided, but it's a little bit free, and
It
it's
is.
definitely a way to be a tribe. I love the tribe idea. Thank you so much for that. This is Christy and Ann with Hot Pink University. We are talking about travel, and we will talk a little bit more about lots of things after the break. This is Girl Talk.
Hey, welcome back to Girl Talk. As you know, today we've been filming at Monroe Furniture Center. We picked up our stuff and we moved over to the mattress section. Man, this is so comfy. I think it's some sort of memory foam.
We sunk right in. It's fat, but like in the best way.
I know, it's so great.
Not getting out anytime soon.
Excited to pick your brain, Jerry. He's the owner here at Monroe Furniture Center about Mattress 101. I asked you earlier today about one of the questions I had about
good
mattresses.
question.
Yeah, I've heard this before. Maybe you guys have too, that you're supposed to replace your mattress every 8 years due to all of the crud, I guess, that can seep into your mattress over that time.
The mattress crud.
I have to know, is that true?
Well, here's what I tell people.
Okay.
The mattress crud, I think everybody's house is different. If you keep a good mattress pad on your mattress, that certainly helps.
Sure.
We encourage people when they buy a new mattress to get a new mattress pad, and they have really awesome mattress pads nowadays that to protect from, dust mites and things like that you have to worry about. So that's one thing. I tell people this: do you have to replace your mattress every 8 years? Maybe, maybe not. What I tell people is after you've had your mattress 8, 9 years, you should scrutinize it a lot more. You should lay down on that thing every night and say, is it as supportive as I want it to be? Is it doing the job that I want it to do? Because I tell people mattresses are like buying tires for your car. You buy a car tire that has 30,000 mile tread life warranty. It doesn't mean after 25,000 miles that tire is just like the day you put it on your car. It's not. It's pretty well worn out. So if you buy a mattress that's got a 10-year warranty, which many of them do, after 8, 9 years, it's time to start scrutinizing that. And you're really the judge whether you need a new mattress. If it's not supportive, it's time to start looking. If it's, if it's just not, you're waking up in the mornings, you're not feeling as rested, you're not getting a good night's rest, really a good time to start thinking about it.
You bet.
That's
So
a great
important.
answer, and I love that answer. So that makes it a lot easier because I was kind of worried, but I think you're right.
Well, yours is 30 years old. It's time to get one, yeah.
Right? I've had it forever. That's awesome. And I was going to make the comparison of mattresses. You said to tires. I was going to say to shoes and purses, but same thing.
Oh, okay.
Right? Same thing.
My mistake. My mistake.
Mileage is mileage.
Right? Exactly. So I want to know, I'm looking at a ton of mattresses that you guys have here. How many mattresses do you have here at Monroe Furniture Center?
In our main showroom, we carry on average around 50 sleep sets. Sleep sets for every room, for the youth bedroom, for a spare bedroom, for the master bedroom. At our clearance center across town, 10 to 12 mattress sets.
Awesome.
So overall about 60, 62 mattress sets at any given time.
Lots to choose from.
There's so much that you do here. This is such an
Right?
incredibly large store and so much to offer. But I want to talk a little bit about brands and the manufacturers. So we're sitting on iCerta, which you might have heard of, or iComfort, Certa iComfort. You've got Certa, you've got Symbol. So talk to us about that.
Certa is the #1 mattress company in the industry. About 6-7 years ago, they came out with the Certa iComfort.
Yeah.
Certa iComfort is a premium brand. That is a gel-infused memory foam, which we can maybe talk a little bit about if we have time. It's a gel-infused memory foam. It's supposed to contour and cradle your body better than most any other product on the market.
I love it.
So we carry Certa, and then Certa iComfort is a brand of Certa. Okay, so we carry that. Made in Beloit, Wisconsin. So that's really cool. I love talking to people about where the mattresses come from because we get great service from both companies because both companies are made in Wisconsin. The other company we carry is Symbol Mattress Company, made in Watertown, Wisconsin. Not as big a name as Certa or some of the other majors. We've dealt with them for about 25 years though, and I swear by them. They build great products. They do build memory foam products. They do build pocketed coil beds. They build standard vinyl coil beds. So they do everything that the majors do. They're just not as big a company.
That's really nice. And I love that you know that. That's one of the reasons you want to talk to somebody who has that experience and knowledge is because that wouldn't be a brand that you would necessarily be drawn to as a consumer. You might go, well, what is that?
Right.
But and you can attest to it just based on your experience in the industry.
Throughout our store, we carry a lot of major manufacturers. And we also carry some smaller companies that the one reason I like dealing with smaller companies sometimes is we get personal attention from them companies. I can call and talk to the president of Symbol Mattress Company right now. I can get him on the phone and he'll take my call. Serta Mattress Company, not so much, because, so sometimes you get attention from these companies, and if we have an issue or a problem, they're Johnny on the spot to take care of it for us.
How nice is
And the fact that both of our manufacturers that we're buying beds from are in Wisconsin, we get super service. I mean, we place an order on a Monday, we'll have our beds by the end of the week. I mean, they ship fast. So we get great service that way. If we have an issue or a problem that needs to be taken care of, they take great care of us.
You're on it.
And I want to talk too about the different important factors that you look for in buying a sleep set. And I want to quiz you, Melissa. I'm going to put you on the spot here because she used to work here. And now with the chamber, do you know the qualities that you should look for in a mattress? And then we're going to ask Jerry.
Oh, well, I first would say it's probably up to every individual to figure out what's important to them. But I would also say, because I learned this from Jerry, there's value in everything, and you have to determine what your value is. If you are somebody who would frequently want to replace an item because you like to have things refreshed and nude, make sure that that is posing value to you at the time you purchase it.
I love that.
What a good life lesson.
And it is, and it's not just in furniture. I think it's in everything else. But if you are looking for that long-term purchase and you don't want to have somebody back in 5 years replacing it, you can afford to evaluate what your value is once you've completed your purchase process.
That's great advice.
How'd she do?
Not bad.
What's your answer?
Well, the short answer to it would be that the two main factors that you should look for when you're looking at a new mattress: comfort and support.
Right.
That's what I meant to say.
Why comfort?
You didn't let me finish.
Why comfort? Because when you go to bed at night, the more comfortable, the faster you can get comfortable, the faster you're going to fall asleep. So comfort's number one.
Absolutely.
Support is number two. You want to make sure that the mattress you're buying is going to give you good support. I mentioned memory foam. I think memory foam does the best job because it cradles your body. We're all different shapes and sizes. So a memory foam product or a pocketed coil bed is going to cradle your body better than some other forms of mattresses. So if you're a side sleeper, for example, you have a bed like that, you're going to get a lot better spinal alignment is the term we use. You get good spinal alignment, you wake up in the morning, you feel more refreshed, you feel better.
You bet. Wow,
Absolutely.
great answer. I
Really
wish we had
the
time
expert,
for more.
right?
Yeah, they're such experts. We have
And
more
I think
questions.
that's the
but we
moral of the
gotta go.
story is that
Yeah.
you can come here, talk to Jerry, and they're going to help you out, and they're going to find what's right for you, which I think is the big takeaway from
Thanks
this.
for having us today.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. And thank
Appreciate
you
having
to
you.
all of our guests today. Thanks for joining us here on Girl Talk. It's only on Wisconsin's 57 television. We'll see you next time.
Beauty and styling for Girl Talk provided by the Ultimate Veritas Spa and Salon.